Hey everybody, I just want to, number one, say hey, and number two, let you guys know about these 5 easy keto steps I learned about earlier. People that are on ketos, the ketogenic diet, ketones, the whole 9 yards. There are 5 easy rules that you can follow to make this a little bit more successful and a little easier to stick to, as far as just having you a plan. As I've told you before in other videos, scheduling is a huge deal, and I believe that is a part of anybody's life, but it makes keto a lot easier. So I'm going to just break down these steps, and if you have questions, feel free to ask. But step number 1, you want your fat grams to meet or exceed your protein. So if you're eating a lot of protein, you want to make sure you're at least meeting your fat grams, if not eating more fat than the protein. But that's pretty self-explanatory, but you want to do that to be able to make your diet successful. Number 2, 50% of your carbs should come from green leafy vegetables. Your vegetables have carbs in them. That's where you need to intake your carbs at. You can always do more. I have read that 75% of your carbs should come from vegetables, but 50% to 75%, but at 50% is a good standing area for that. Tip number 3, mix your lean meats. So if you just, okay, I had somebody fussing about a chicken breast the other night. I love chicken breast, but on a ketogenic diet, switch it out for that thigh. I mean, get the fattier cut of meat. You know, the fattier cut of meat is usually more cost efficient, but it's also where you're getting your fat from. So, you know, think about things like that, and that will help out with your diet as well. Tip number 4, you want to sit down and plan, develop 10-minute meals. The reason you want to do this is, number 1, you want to make sure that you can get in what you need in a certain time frame. So if you're having a busy life, just one of those days that is too hectic, you can't get what you need done, you go home, you make a 10-minute meal, and it's still part of your ketogenic diet. Make sure that when you sit down and you kind of plan this out, that you keep these items in your house, because this is an easiest way to stick to the diet and to make sure you are successful with it. Tip number 5, don't do something you hate. Keto is big on intermittent fasting. If you're forcing yourself to eat at 4 p.m. every day and you hate it, well, the first week or 2 you're going to, because you're trying to make a habit out of it, and you're trying to convince your body this is what you need to do, which we all know that sometimes doing that is difficult. But if you're into the 4th week or 2 months, and you despise it, then change it, alter it. Don't do something you hate. Don't do something you can't stand, because it's going to make it miserable, and that's not what you want to do. It makes it harder to stay on your diet. So you can always alter things, and you can still stay on keto and still stay in ketosis, and it makes a total difference. So don't do something you hate. That is my 5 steps that I found today, that I found very, very reassuring. And like I said, they're all pretty self-explanatory. They're all pretty simple, but if you don't know, and if somebody doesn't tell you or point it out to you, sometimes you don't realize it's there. So I think that anybody on the diet, these things are going to help you, and they're going to help you be more successful and succeed. So with that said, I am going to go back to work. I got a lot of work going on. But go back to work, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to always ask me. And thank you so much.